That's awesome, man. I just signed a publishing deal with a company to start making Gypsy Jazz books, so I'm gonna make one now. What would you want it to have? Songbook or exercise book? Kind of like, you know, more like an exercise book, not a songbook. But I think I'm just gonna like kind of more like a concept book. You know what I mean? Like trying to lay out how I think about things and then lay out examples, like musical examples. Asking stuff here. I'm trying to build our YouTube. I decided I'm going to decide being on YouTube live. I never do this. So now it will just be a private lesson between us. So whatever you want to know, I'm here for you, man. arpeggios and doing, let's see, arpeggios and doing eighth notes, are there any techniques that he says that might streamline my progress? I've been playing with the curved wrist and doing the economy picking. Yeah, so the trick is going the other way. I mean, you know, like if you're doing economy picking, you're going down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. The trick is having the bounce when you go down, up, down. Still going down, up, down, down, up, down on the way down, or one note per string. So if you're just doing an A minor arpeggio, it would be like down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 right? Up. Learning those kind of patterns. So arpeggios, I would say just when you're doing arpeggios, start including the 6 in the arpeggio, right? So if you're just mapping out A minor 6, so it's really an inversion of F sharp minor 7 flat 5. A big thing to understand about gypsy jazz is how the arpeggios mixed with those 6s sound, right? So you don't, in jazz, you learn a lot of minor 7 arpeggio, right? For like, this is a minor 7 or a major 7. In gypsy jazz, it's all 6s. So you, instead of flat at 7, you have a 6. Right? That'll be like one position to play that A minor 6. This would be another. The fingerings that Django used were kind of like these 3 octave things, like, or sometimes kind of. Can you play one of Django's solos for us? Andre, I really don't know how to play any of his solos. To me, it was always clear that the one thing, I like Django, right? I love Django. I love how he plays. But the one thing I knew for sure about Django and wanting to play like Django is that Django didn't become Django by playing Django solos, right? That's just logical. They weren't around. So the way to the improvisation, to improvising and teaching yourself language isn't through transcription, right? Or at least not transcription at that resolution. It's kind of like, you know, picking up a phrase book and wanting to command the language by learning full sentences. What you need to know is learn the words, right? What are the musical words that he's using? And take snips and learning how to apply them to the forms. So if I'm playing a song, like here's All of Me, right? So I want to be able to play in the chords. And then as the chords change what I'm doing. Flat 9 arpeggios sound cool. Do you use them often? So flat 9 arpeggios on dominant chords, right? What you want to be able to do is, all you do is, you know, turn that E7, let's say, add an F to it. Here's something to understand about arpeggios that's pretty cool. or really about pentatonics, right? And that's very different than the way people describe pentatonics. When you're thinking about pentatonics, which is kind of like the start of information, of theoretical information for guitar, for a lot of people, that's kind of like the first thing you really learn. What you're doing when you have any pentatonic, let's take A minor pentatonic, that's the one that all guitarists know. What you have there is an A minor 7 arpeggio plus the 4th degree, or the 11th, however you want to call it. So here's an A minor triad. Just A, C, E in every octave. If I add one note to it, right, that flatted 7th, I get an A minor 7 arpeggio. If I add the 11th to it as well, I get an A minor pentatonic. Now, I don't have to add the 11th. I can add any tension that's in my mode. Let's say I'm thinking Dorian, so I can add the 2, right, instead of the 11. So instead of this pentatonic, I have this. Right, 1, 2, flat 3, 5, flat 7. Okay, now, bye Andre. If you want to add, let's say, the 6, which sounds a little more gypsy, right? 1, flat 3, 5, 6, flat 7. Now, here's the thing. If I apply that principle of playing the arpeggio, right, and then adding one of the 3 tensions to get a pentatonic, which I can do all the time, all I need to know is a shape for the full arpeggio. So let's say I know how to play an E7. Right, like in minor swing. I can get these cool sounds by adding one tension at a time. So to play an E7 flat 9, that's a pentatonic. Has a sound. Play that one. I can play the one with the 11 instead. That gives me like a John McLaughlin, Shakti kind of sound. Right, all you know. All right. I can play one with the flat 13. Applying that to, like, let's say All of Me on the E7s. So here's C, flat E flat 13. D7, flat 9, D minor. So C, the E, the Shakti. So it's a way of isolating those tension colors while keeping the full arpeggio on the dominant chords. So you can do a lot of stuff, right? You can play like maybe with a sharp 9. That gives you an altered sound. E7, right? Oh, thanks so much, 420. Yeah, I'm trying to build the YouTube shit, so I'm going to be here more often now. I have like these really big live feeds on Facebook, but I'm trying to like switch it over here. It's a better platform for live. But it's gonna take a while because, you know, I get like a ton of views there, but here nobody is. None of those people hang out here, and none of you guys hang out there. So we're gonna merge. I'm gonna be here more often. But yeah, I've been giving this information away for a long time. Oh, ladies calling. Let's see. All right, so let's do another song. What's a good one? I'll See You in My Dreams. So yeah, but you see what I'm saying about making your own pentatonics, right? So this one, let's say, I just ordered an Altamira D-hole. Oh, that's awesome. Did you order it from Tommy? Django Guitars? That's awesome, man. So let's say you're trying to play over See You in My Dreams. First chord is B flat, but it's a B flat Lydian, right? So maybe learn a B flat 6 arpeggio, right? 1, 3, 5, 6. 7-2. Right? Now you have a pentatonic. It's not really like a scale. It's more like a way of getting through the guitar, right? It gives you options. Anyway, I'll play some. I'll solo for you and shut up for a second. So. About Christian, I don't have any thoughts about him. I mean, it's, you know, he's a nice. I know him. Like I talked to him on Skype a few times. He's a nice guy. You know, again, my rule with teachers is this: if I like your playing, I'm listening. If I don't like if your playing doesn't grab me, to where I'm a fan, I'm a listener of your improvising and of your music, I don't care, right? So it's that's, and it's not, and sometimes it gets a little, you know, and sometimes it gets a little, I hope nobody ever gets insulted by it, but it's you know, for me, there's very few players I really like, and I don't feel like in art there's something to learn from somebody's interpretation if they don't know how to translate it to great playing, top level playing. So for me, it's just he sounds fine, but it's you know, it's not, and I don't think he thinks it is either. It's not that it's not that Jimmy Rosenberg thing where it's just bow, that packs the punch, knocks you out. So I just care about whoever the best is, right? And it's if you listen to my playing and they're that guy fucking noodles and hits weird notes. I can't play Just a Gigolo. I don't know it. If you think that, then definitely don't listen to what I'm saying. But if there's something you like in my playing, then maybe you should ask yourself how I think about it, right? But yeah, just coming up with ways of explaining licks, it's just not interesting to me. All right. guys, I'm gonna sign back on tomorrow probably, but I have to go now. See ya.